Guys, quick video. I'll try to make it like 5 minutes. First, the rants. I know I rant a lot, but I'm a member on the AMC forums, the American Motor Company forums, and also the FSJ Network forums. And for everybody on these Jeep forums, like, you guys need to, how do I put it? I can't say mind your own business, but because I'm posting questions online on the forum, but you guys need to stick to the subjects. If somebody asks you a question like, hey, my frame is bad on the last 2 feet of the frame, should I use original 3/16 steel? Well, it's not exactly 3/16, it's between 1/8 and 3/16. So if I use 3/16, it's too thick. If I use 1/8, it's not as thick as the frame. So I was just asking a simple question: should I use one or the other? And instead of just getting an answer, I got like, well, if the last 2 feet of the frame are bad and the bed is bad, like you said, I would drive the truck in a river, get something else, buy something on the West Coast, yada, 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 yada. You know, I did this when I was younger in my 70s. I would never do it again, or younger in the 70s. I would never do it again. Okay, well, you're old. I get it. That's why you wouldn't do it again, but I'm only 37 years old, so fuck you. You know what I mean? Like, it's my car. I'll do whatever the fuck I want with it. You know, the last 2 feet of the frame are bad on the lower lip of the C-channel and maybe in the middle of the C-channel. That's not horrible. It's not a real structural part of the frame per se. Yeah, it has the leaf spring mounts here, but it's not like it's supporting the engine or anything like that. You know, it's supporting the weight of the bed of the truck back here, but you know, a lower lip of a C-channel is not horrible. It's not like it's the end of the world. That can be fixed. So to all the naysayers out there, and I know they're not on my channel, but to all the naysayers in the forums, go fuck yourself. You know, stick to the subjects when somebody asks a question. Stop posting your bullshit opinions that I frankly don't want to hear. So that's like rant off. So a little update on the Jeep. As you can see, I cut out the entire floorboard for the bed. This section I'm saving. This is actually the gas tank strap mount right here. So I'm saving this section. The section right here I am saving because this is actually still really good. That's not like deteriorated, really thin. It's actually really good. It's still 16 gauge. The cross member is still 1/8. It's still thick. That can all be used. As a matter of fact, this section right here is the entire section in the middle. So if I save that, I can use it either for pieces for patching the bed up when I get the main, you know, pieces in the mail, or I can put it back where it was. I'm not exactly sure yet. So this piece right here was the piece up here. I had to cut the outer parts of it off, but I saved the middle part. So these are the cross members or the floorboard supports for the bed. They're really bad. Yeah, that's pretty crusty. And there's like 4 of them on this bed. So one would be right here, one would be right here. I think there was one over here. And I think that was it. Maybe there's only 3. 3 of these and small, you know, pieces that go this way, and so forth. But I think that's about it. So, or maybe there was one there, one here. I can't remember. So there were 4 of them at least. So my idea was to use this angle iron you get in Lowe's. It's 1/8 steel. It's thicker than the actual original bed supports. And I was going to weld 2 of them together to form a U shape, just like those were, and put them underneath, as you see right here. Because right now this is supporting the bed. This is how the front of the bed is supported, right here and right here, and then there's little cross members in between. So that's all it is. It's pretty simple once you think about it. The only problem with the bed being detached right now is it doesn't line up 100%. So I have to, you know, push it back or pull it forward. And of course you can see it's still a little low. And the reason why is because this is only 2 inches. The original cross members were 2.5 inches. So it's a 1/2 inch low. So what I have to do is weld 1/2 inch height to the frame to bed supports right here to raise this up another 1/2 inch to make it even with the body of the car. Very simple. I need to cut the outer edges that are rotten, you know, right here on the outer walls, at least in certain sections, you know, like right here. Cut those out. I need to finish cutting the brackets that are still kind of bolted to the frame for the bed. And then I need to take a hammer, a wire wheel, etc. Of course, wear masks and all that stuff. And just clean up this rust. Paint it with rust reformer, you know, 3 or 4 coats, which is really all it needs. And then go from there. Rust reformer is what I prefer. I've used it many times on my Wagoneer. And it held up for 5, 6, 7 years now. It really hasn't flaked off. Nothing has come apart, and the rust hasn't come back. It only comes back if you don't clean the rust. If you don't clean the specks or the chunks, and then you spray paint it, it'll continue rusting underneath, and then it'll come back. So I don't know if I'll use that POR 15 pour over rust or whatever. It's the same process with that as rust reformer. You still have to clean it up. You still have to prep. I don't know. I'm going to stick with what I'm going to use. So I'll try to end the video in a second, but the bad frame, as I said, is only from here back, which is 2 feet, 2.5 feet. So shock mounts back. Upper parts are still thick. Upper part of the C-channel is still good. Maybe 1 inch in the center is still good, but then from the center down to the bottom lip, that's all bad. So that needs to be cut out, and I need to make a new half C-channel, if that makes sense. That's all that needs to be done to the frame. It's really not that bad. In here, it's a little pitted. That's not too bad. The cross member is in perfect shape. It's just surface rust. The cross member here is just surface rust. You know, like the drive shaft. That's all it is surface rust. So that can be fixed and cleaned up. And to be honest, the frame from the cross member up still has the original paint from factory, so it's mainly just the last 2.5 feet, as I've been trying to tell people on the forums. So anyway, I'll end the video here. So that's a little update. I'm probably going to clean the shop up now. I need to reorganize all my tools, you know, get this back in my other Wagoneer or in my other Jeep. You know, clean this all up. I can't find half my tools anymore because between working on the Wagoneer a while ago and this thing, everything is just all over the place. And to be honest, I have like probably a 5-gallon bucket's worth of rust on the floor. So that needs to be cleaned up because my cat walks in here and I need to at least tidy things up because, of course, when I get down there eventually to fix the frame, I'm not going to be sitting in that crap. So, yeah.